Most people nowadays consume some type of media. Some people like movies, others like books, and if you're in this channel, I'll probably guess you like video games. And that is fine, a lot of people like video games. As of 2021, the gaming industry is worth over $300 billion, which makes it the biggest of the three I previously mentioned. If you consume any type of media I have mentioned in this video, you have probably at one point in your life come across the concept of the backlog. Even if the word wasn't stamped on your face, let me explain it to you through this little scenario I thought of. This is Jimmy. Jimmy is an absolute chat of a gaming collector and he really likes the Nintendo 3DS. Therefore, when Jimmy finds a good Nintendo 3DS game on sale, he buys it. But Jimmy, like all gamers, also likes playing online games with his friends like Apex Legends or Counter-Strike. Jimmy keeps buying every single game he finds for the Nintendo 3DS, despite always playing with his friends all the time. Now Jimmy has too many games he needs to play and he doesn't have much time. You see, this is not the problem at all. The problem is when Jimmy turns into this. As you can see by the pictures, a backlog is basically all the games you have to play, but you don't. So today in this video I will show you how you cannot become a Jimmy and give you some tips on how you can tackle your backlog and start chipping away at that massive list of games you have. Stop buying every single game. We all know that feeling of going to a thrift store and finding that one PS2 video game we always wanted but never had, or even worse, browsing the Steam sales and finding 300 games for €2 that you have to buy. Sometimes you just have to come to terms with the fact that if you buy it, you will only make the game pile bigger, making it so it's even harder to achieve the goal of beating every single game you have. So try hard to not buy any game before you beat the ones you have, and that will help you in a long-term situation. I know this might sound really strange, but wake up early. Studies show that people that wake up early tend to be more proactive. If you have a job, this doesn't really matter as you have no choice other than go to your job, but if you're just someone who is turning on their computer with 300 games to play and ends up watching 5 episodes of Kitchen Nightmares a day, there's a chance if you wake up earlier you will be more inclined to play the games you have instead of procrastinating. This has to be the most important tip I can honestly give you, which is organization. There's no way you're ever going to beat your games unless you know what games you have. And if you are a real collector, you tend to forget about the games you have as you devour deals as they come to you. Let me give you an example of how you can organize yourself using my Steam library, which is one of my biggest enemies. As you can see on screen, I have a very strict way I organize my games. I have the abandoned/not gonna playlist, which are games I got for free or are complete shovelware I'm not interested in. Steam has a lot of these. The games I want 100%ed, which honestly are very few for someone who likes completing achievements like me. The games I have beaten but not 100% and I still need to get fully completed. And of course the backlog, which consists of the games I still need to beat the main story. Organization goes a long way. You can go as far as creating Excel sheets for your physical copies to make it easier to keep track of what you have as you play them, or using apps like ggapp.io, I will leave the link in the description, on your computer or phone that you can manually organize all your games, digital or physical, into one platform and sort them out by played, not played, abandoned, and everything you want. This one is really optional, but it can be really helpful. Use the How Long to Beat site. Chances are if you are starting your path to completing your backlog by beating Europa Universalis 4, you're going to get burnt out pretty quickly. Start by something lighter. Games you can finish in 1 or 2 days, and you'll notice you're going to be burning through games in no time and maybe find hidden gems in your collection. Some of the games I can say that stood out to me as I was trying to finish my backlog were Wolfenstein and Katana Zero. Games I would never have found if I kept playing Apex Legends every day. Basically, How Long to Beat is a site that tells you the average time you need to beat a game, and that way you can organize yourself by either putting the bigger games in the beginning of your backlog or later, as you prefer it. Last but not least, you have to be motivated. Liking what you are doing is the most important thing when it comes to entertainment. There is no point in reading a book if you don't feel like reading, or going to the movies if you just want to go out to eat, or play a video game if you don't feel like it. For me personally, what drives me to complete my backlog is content creation. As I go through more games, I build up more gaming knowledge that lets me get ideas for new content and explore titles I can one day review and recommend to you guys. Get a starting point and an objective and it will make your life easier. This is a tip you can honestly apply to anything and everything in your life. It will make it easier for you to achieve any goal you have. The backlog is the final boss of gaming. Maybe that pile of games Jimmy has at home will just keep going as he tries to reach Silver Elite Master in Counter-Strike. Maybe Jimmy will finally find time and beat Sonic Mania on the PS4. Only time will tell. For now, this is all I have for you. What tips do you have? How big is your backlog? I want to know all about it, so leave a comment and let's talk about the games you have to play. If you want, we can also talk through Discord if you join my Discord server, which I will leave the link to join in the description. This has been the Retro Den, and I'm out. So I just bought Super Mario 3D All-Stars for 44 euros.